All right, so the big talk in the hobby is the Derek Carr signed 1 of 1 Justin Herbert NFL Shield. So did you see how Derek Carr responded? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, he had a whole tweet about it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see the tweet.
He had a long tweet about it, and he said that sometimes he gets cards and they do send in the wrong cards. And he goes, every once in a while he tries to forge whoever player's signature it is. And he'll put it back on the top of the box because it's so obviously wrong that they'll just toss it. But this time he was like, all right, I'm going to be a little cheeky. I'm going to be a little trolly and sign it like this, thinking that the person at Panini would laugh and put it to the side. But no, the person at Panini just sent it and shipped it off. So it's kudos to Derek Carr for being funny and doing something cool on a card because I love inscriptions. So I thought that was hilarious. Would you rather have just a Justin Herbert autograph card or that Derek Carr 1/1 Justin Herbert autograph card?
Depends on if I was a Herbert fan.
That's fair.
If I was a Herbert fan, I'd be like, I really wanted the Herbert, especially because he was not just, especially if you're a Chargers fan.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, hey, I'm gonna put my signature on there. I'm gonna put the final score of when we beat you.
Yeah. In one of the craziest football games ever.
Yeah. That what if they would have tied, they both would have made the playoffs?
Yeah. I guess if you think if I'm thinking right now, if Aaron Rodgers did that to a Bears card and I pulled that, I would not be happy. I would not think that was cute or funny. I would actually probably be pretty pissed off.
That's the mental exercise I just did when you said that. Is at first, being in our perspective, yeah, that's hilarious. I love that. But if that's your division rival and you've watched this, dude, you're pissed. You're not even keeping that card. You're potentially damaging that card.
Yeah, and you pulled it, and it was out of Immaculate, right? So that's a high-end product, right?
That's exactly. So flip the script, maybe then you're actually happy because you could sell it and make a lot of money.
It is a 1/1 in a weird way.
I mean, it literally is a 1/1.
Right.
And an NFL Shield 1/1.
Yeah.
It's a 1/1 times 2. It's a 1/1 to the second power.
Yeah. But here's the thing though. Who's going to buy that card? Say, okay, fine, I'm a Chargers fan. I don't want the card. It's still worth a lot of money. I'll sell it. Who am I going to sell it to?
Oh, you know who's buying that?
I'm going to sell it to a Raiders fan. Maybe I don't want them to have that joy. So at a certain point, maybe it's worth keeping it.
This man.
Vegas Dave's the ultimate
collection.
But that's a good point. I wouldn't sell it to a Packers fan.
No. But that's who would want it though.
That's who would want it if it was Aaron Rodgers saying I own you guys, ha ha ha.
Yeah, you just got to keep it. You just got to keep it and bury it deep down inside and never bring it up again.
Or just burn it on camera.
Wow. All right. Well, look, my take was if you look, there's another way of looking at it, right? If this is your rival fan base, you fleece them. You're winning because you're robbing a division rival and they're going to pay the up. This card isn't going to come around. So that's another way of looking at it.
There's no comps.
Maybe that's normally $1,000 card.
There's always a loop around to beat the division rival some way, somehow. So another cool autograph came up actually recently, and it's actually graded by PSA, so it's certified and everything. There was a 2018, which is obviously Josh Allen's rookie year. There's a redemption autograph that was expired. So Josh Allen never got to get to the card, and the card never got sent back to whoever had this. But they did get the expired redemption slip signed. I think it said, "My bad, Josh Allen." So that brings up another would you rather. Would you rather have that? And I'm almost positive. I have to look at I think it was serial numbered too, or supposed to be. But would you rather have that? It was it was an orange, so it must have been serial numbered from Obsidian. Would you rather have that actual rookie card, orange, low serial numbered auto of Josh Allen, or the 1/1 redemption signed Josh Allen?
It depends if I pulled it. If I pulled it, I'll take the redemption card signed. If I didn't pull it, I mean, that kind of, I feel like this is special to the person that pulled it and then got it signed by Josh Allen. I don't, has this been listed on eBay? Is it being sold off?
I don't think so. I've just seen the picture on Twitter. I don't know if it's being sold off. It looked like the picture was at a card show though, or a card shop at least.
Yeah, this is one of those things, again, like I said earlier with the autographs, it means more if you get it signed personally. I think that would be, if I had the redemption, then I had it signed, I would prefer having that over the actual card. But if you showed me, hey, here's the card that was signed that should have gone out in the set if it wasn't expired, and here's this redemption card that was signed, give me the card.
What about you, Brock?
I think as a collector, you want the redemption card because it's almost like ironic. That little stub is supposed to get to Josh Allen for him to then ultimately trigger him to sign a card. And instead, we're just skipping that step and he's signing a redemption card. So I think just the coolness factor of it, and just like you're not going to see that. That's the move. What about you?
I agree. As a collector, you want that you got to think that Obsidian card would be worth more than that redemption card signed right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, it would. And that potentially is, to your point, like that's a Josh Allen rookie out of fit. Like that could be life-changing money.
I wanted to show this off because we're talking about inscriptions. I just pulled this out. This is a Mitch Trubisky can't wait to throw touchdowns at Soldier Field card. I mean, that's got to be a 1 of 1.
Has to be.
It's not numbered, but like, would you rather have this Brock as a base or like a Mitch or whoever, like 1 of 5?
That all day.
I agree on that take.
Yeah.
Cool inscriptions are the key to my heart.
Yeah. Especially when they become ironic.
Yeah.
Cold, Doug. Cold. That's also Jerry's.
He threw more Jerry. Yeah, Mitchy Mitch.
Mitch. Mitch, you're a good man, dude.
Yeah, he is. If you ever hear this, Mitch, we've always loved you and we've always had your back. Speaking of which, I don't know why this triggered me to ask about this, and forgive me if we did, but Doug's the Color Blast Obsidian card that you got signed from Derrick Henry. Can you quickly tell the story?
Yeah, so it's been a while. I pulled that when I was still living in Jacksonville. I was just opening cards down there, as you know, and I pulled a Derrick Henry Obsidian. This is when Will Compton and Taylor Lewan were both still on the Titans. And so I sent it over to him, got Derrick Henry to sign it. It's a black Color Blast with silver Sharpie, Derrick Henry signature. It's the season he went over 2,000 rushing yards. Just got it graded by PSA, and we're going to drop it off, hopefully, to Golden Auctions this week. Hopefully we can get it in an auction before the draft. And any money, So what?
So what are you doing with the money too? Because I think that's cool.
Yeah. So any money that comes from it is going to go to the Barstool Fund, which goes to help small business and everything. Got started during COVID and everything. They helped a lot of small businesses stay open, from restaurants to dry cleaners, bowling alleys, all kind of places, and so it'll go to that fund.
Yeah, that's awesome because there's a Mexican restaurant down the street from me that was part of the Barstool Fund, and they still have a Barstool flag flying outside of their restaurant. It's like tethered and weathered, but it's still flying high. So that's awesome. Cool. So Doug's back to the trade night, because I think this was trade night, right? Where you saw the college football. Well, I think it was National Treasures, right?
Yeah.
So the college football card with the Barstool Bowl patch in it. Explain to us I want to say the lore behind that game.
And so that was the first Barstool Arizona Bowl was supposed to be for the 2020 season. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
It was either
2021
season. End of the 2020.
It would have been January of 2022.
Yeah. Okay.
And it would have been so for the 2021 season, one of the teams ended up backing out. They said that, some of their players had COVID. So the bowl game was canceled. One of the other teams, basically the other team went to another bowl game where another team had backed out for COVID reasons. And so there was no Arizona Bowl that first year. It was going to be crazy. It was going to be awesome. It ended up happening this past year. We got the first one down, but if I understand correctly, they were going to have Creed like doing either the Big Cat was going to do national anthem, Creed was going to do the halftime show. I mean, there's going to be a whole Barstool presentation, just like the first one, and the first one ended up being.
Yeah.
But I guess they still gave the players their jerseys with the Barstool patch sewn into them, and one of the Boise State players, I guess, turned that jersey, or if maybe multiple jerseys, over to Panini for their card set. And so there are Barstool Bowl patches from the first bowl game that never happened.
Which is, when you're telling me that, I kind of think that's in a way cooler than, like, say it was like a game worn jersey from this year's Barstool Bowl. Like, I kind of like the idea of it being from the game that never happened.
Yeah. Because it shouldn't exist.
Right, exactly.
It's like the losers of the Super Bowl when they send all their stuff off and you never see their like hat of Super Bowl winners. I think it's kind of cool because in this instance, to your point, we would never have seen that.
Exactly.
And during COVID.
Yeah, it's a very timely piece. But I think the fact that it shouldn't exist, I'm not sure. I haven't seen that with any other players. I'm sure there were other players for both teams that got their jerseys back. I'm not sure why. This is the only player I've seen though who has cards with those patches. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened to all the other ones, but I think that makes it even rarer.
Yeah, I like that idea. Was it for sale, or did somebody just like come up to you and show you that?
No. It was for sale. I think it was going for $60. I've seen a few of them. They pop up here and there, which I guess that's kind of even surprising. I've seen a few of them, unless I'm seeing the same card multiple times.
Yeah. Do you remember?
I've seen it multiple times in different places now.
That's interesting. I've yet to see one, but that's cool. I feel like $60 is pretty fair, just because of it's like the cool patch. But like, not everybody's gonna know about the game that never happened part of that card. So that could make it. I mean, could kick up the price a little bit. Do you remember if it said game used or not, or just like authentic?
No, I didn't read the back, but I'm sure it was a player worn.
Yeah. I'd be curious if they put game used on that.
That'd be so ironic that if they did on that one, a game that you can actually prove that, like,
right.
Never,
you have Relics now. Do you guys get any rush of adrenaline when you pull a relic card right now?
It depends if it's like a nice, like 3-color, 4-color patch. It's like, okay, that's cool. But I think it's kind of like a false excitement. I'm only excited about that because I know what I could have gotten, which is a napkin.
Right.
But it's not really, it's more of a relief that I didn't get a plain patch. I got a cool, multicolored patch. But even then, it's just a jersey they cut up.
I think I don't like the new patches pretty much. I agree with Doug's. Like, if it's going to be multicolored, fine, it's cool. But like a lot of times that's like National Treasure and Immaculate, and I don't necessarily love those. I think the new patches make you appreciate the old game use stuff way more. I'm finding myself way more into the early 2000s Upper Deck patch stuff because it's game used. Sometimes you can even look it up. So I think it's actually made the newer stuff has made the older stuff way cooler.
Yeah, and that's a public service announcement to all you kids out there and you young hobbyists at card shows. Go to the $20 to $50 value boxes. You will find so many Hall of Famers or future Hall of Fame game used jersey patches cards, like from Upper Deck, in those boxes. $20. Like Peyton Manning, I bought like 4 Peyton Manning game used jersey patches for like $20. You just got to go to the right boxes and find those.
Yeah, Frank and I, for one of our Doug's Den on the Road episodes, I took Frank to Santiago Sports, which is here in New Jersey. We played a little, hop shot or whatever, top shot for a couple of old relic cards, and I got a Fred Taylor like gridiron. Nice. It's just a teal patch. It's a basic teal patch from a jersey, and it was a $5 card. And even though it's just a basic teal patch, it's game used, and I appreciate that so much more than I would just some napkin in a current card.
Yeah, it's cool as hell. What remember the Olin Kreutz one, Ev? Tell them about the Olin Kreutz
Yeah,
one.
we had an Olin Kreutz one that was, it's funny, it's early year Olin Kreutz, and it was a Pro Bowl jersey, but it was the jersey patch was filthy. Like it was just actually a dirty jersey card that was game worn on the Pro Bowl, which is like they don't like you see it now in the high end products, like the very high end products. You know, there might be some dirt, some grass stains, but like just for like a normal upper deck card, like that was like you used to see it way more than you do now, obviously.
And I think that's really cool. If it's a Pro Bowl jersey, they got dirty. I mean, that'll never happen again.
That's my thing. That was my take on it too. I was like it's such like an Olin Kreutz offensive lineman, like early 2000 move to just like play hard and be dirty during the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about? Because I actually like these. I don't know about from a collector standpoint, but I just think they're cool. Where it's like the eye patch or a buckle of the helmet or like the shoelaces. Like, do you view that as a patch? Is that its own world? Like, what's your take on those?
Some of the tools of the trade, some of those cards where it like has like a piece of the jersey, a piece of a glove, a piece of a cleat, a piece of a helmet. I think those are cool cards if you like the player. But other than that, if it's just a piece of a shoe, like if it wasn't game used or anything, or if it was part of a chin strap that they just grabbed out of the equipment closet, it wasn't actually game used or anything, I don't really care.
I'm the same way. Like, I don't want a bucket of part of the helmet. Like, it does nothing for me. When you said that, there's only one card that came to mind that was like, you know how they do the pieces of the shoe and stuff? It's a 1-of-1, I believe. It's a Dominique Wilkins, and it's the tongue of his Reebok pump in a card. And the card's like this thick.
Yeah.
And like, I love shoes. Cool. So like, I think that's cool, but like to have that in your collection, little inconvenient, and just like this like giant, like cardboard brick of Dominique Wilkins shoe.
Yeah. That's an art piece for the wall.
Right.
You know what? Actually, like the novelty cards is what does it the best. Where it's like a piece, like our LCS has a Geronimo card and a piece of his hair, like weird, like John F. a John F. Kennedy like suit relic, or like maybe that I like that kind of stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, kind of creepy with the hair, but I get it.
Yeah. Hey. It's creepy. Like one of our buddies has a Lewis and Clark. It's gravel from the Lewis and Clark trail. Like they put
an Earth relic
cards.
Somebody
TV sports cards
from like the Home Depot Garden Center.
Right.
Lewis and Clark stepped on these. Like, all right.
All right, let's finish up because we're on patches, but we'll wrap this up with the newest patch that I think are going live like today. It's the MLB debut patch for the baseball players. It's if you're making your first, your debut game as a rookie in the MLB, you get a patch on your jersey now. Doug's thoughts. We kind of touched upon this on a private phone call. I'm interested to see what your opinion is on this.
Yeah, I try to be a positive person, and I realize at the end of the day, we're talking about pictures of grown men playing sports. Like that's right. Like, on cardboard. Like that's what we're talking about at the end of the day. However, as a hobby enthusiast, I do have an opinion, and I think I get it. I'll never hate on anyone for wanting it, but it feels a little commercialized. It feels like, hey, we're just going to add little things here and there that we then can use as relics. Whereas I would prefer something that's just part of the normal jersey that was said like, hey, this was his jersey that he wore on his MLB debut. I would much rather have something like that than just a patch that they put on there for the purpose of the card. Again, I'm not going to hate on anyone for wanting it. It's going to be, obviously, they're only going to be 1-of-1. You get the whole patch with the card. I'm sure they're going to be worth a lot of money. And maybe I'm just saying this so that I don't have to spend any money trying to go for any. But it's not for me. I'll leave it at that. It's not for me.
Brock?
I agree. I think that's a good take. To start, it's not for me, but I do think it's good because I think, especially with baseball, there's this talk of like the true rookie, what matters, what doesn't. I think a good kind of first move by Fanatics is to say, hey, we're going to make it easier for collectors. We're going to make it easy for buyers and something fun that everyone can kind of get behind. So I think I agree that it goes a lot of different ways and it is kind of kitschy, but I think it makes it easy for new and older collectors to agree that this means something and we can all agree on this because we know the hobby, people just love to argue. So this is one less thing that we have to hear people complain about. That's my take. What about you?
I 100% very commercialized. I like it though. I think like what you said, Brock, it makes it easier for people to like, this is it. This is his debut game. This is from his jersey on his debut game.
I don't think so. Just check out, I'm on Twitter. Check out my YouTube, Coach Doug's on YouTube, doing Doug's Den, where I'm going around different card shows and stuff. Yeah, that's about it. Just trying to stay in the hobby and, save some money still at the same time.
How do